Hey everyone, I'm going to try to show you how to do this basic double crochet hat. So you're going to need a 5.5 millimeter hook and some size 4 medium worsted weight yarn. I'm using this Loops and Threads Impeccable. It's a little thicker, so hopefully my hat won't be too big, but we'll see. Okay, so the very first thing that we're going to have to do is to make a magic ring or a magic circle. There are a couple of different ways that you can learn how to do this, and there are some different videos if you can't follow this that you could look up. I'm going to try to do my best here though. So we're going to take our tail and drape it over our 2 fingers on our left hand and give yourself a little bit of length here, and then kind of close it off. And then we're going to grab our working yarn. So here's my tail and my working yarn up here, and I'm going to bring it in front and make an X, and then if you turn your hand over, it looks like this, and then you can kind of just pinch it all so that you have a good grip of it. You're going to go under this first one and grab the yarn in the back, and then make a twisting motion as you come up. And then you're going to go under this first little bit of yarn here. And then you can kind of pull it up or adjust it so that you can pull it through. This is not my usual way of making a magic circle, but they say it's the easier way to teach it. So there you have a magic circle. So here's actually the way that I make magic circles. I make sure that my tail is over here on the right, my working yarn on the left, and then I twist it this direction so that now I have my working tail is still on the top of this X here. Then I pinch it right here. Up my hook, I go in, grab this and twist it up, take my working yarn here, yarn over, and pull it through. If you cannot master this, you could chain a few and then make a ring instead of making a magic circle. This has a little nicer finish because it makes sure that there's no hole in the top of your work. So now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to chain 2. For this first round, we want to put 10 double crochets inside of this ring. Now, it's very important that you crochet over the ring itself here and then the tail also. Here in a minute you'll see why, because we'll use it to cinch it up, but you have to crochet over both of them. So we're not going to count our chain 2 as a stitch. So let's start by doing a double crochet. So you yarn over, you're going to go through the ring and grab your yarn here and pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Now you need to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 1 double crochet. So yarn over, go into the loop, grab this back here and pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Let me get this close. Yarn over, go underneath both of those, and grab our working yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now make sure that you're still crocheting over both of these. If you drop your tail, then it's not going to cinch up right. Yarn over. Okay, let's see how many we have. Okay, we're not going to count this chain 2 over here. We're going to start right here with this double crochet. So let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now, this is why this is called a magic circle. You are going to pull on this tail here, and it is going to close up this hole. So now we're going to skip this chain 2 and join right here at the top of this double crochet. So let's see. To join, you're just going to put your hook in, yarn over, and pull through, and then pull through again. And there's your join. Okay. So now we're going to start round 2. Chain 2. Okay, so we had 10 at the end of this round. For this next round, we're gonna increase the entire round. So we're gonna put 2 double crochets in each one of the double crochets we did before. So our stitch count is gonna go from 10. At the end of this round, it should be 20. So we're gonna start in this very first stitch that we joined in, which is this one right here, closest to us. So we're gonna yarn over. You're going to go into this first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 1. Now we're going to make another one in the same spot. So it's kind of looks like a large hole right now. You're going to put your hook back into there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now you have 2 in that stitch, and this is called an increase because we've basically taken this from 1 double crochet and now we have 2 where that 1 was. So we're going to do this all the way around. So you can kind of see these 2 are sharing this 1 space. So now we're going to go into our next double crochet right here. So just right underneath that V. And we're going to do 2 double crochets there. Okay, so now we have 2 sharing this space. So now we're going to yarn over and we're going to go underneath our next V here for this double crochet. And we're going to put 2 double crochets there all the way around. Here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2. So I find before I join, that's the best time to, I'll go back and give this a tag. Before I join is the best time to count to make sure that I have 20, and we do not count this starting chain. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So if you don't have 20, you can kind of look back to see if you could possibly tell where you're missing one, and you may just have to pull out the whole round until you get the right number of double crochets. So now we're going to join to the top of this double crochet. So yarn over and pull through, and then pull through again. Okay, that's round 2. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to continue to add 10 stitches each round until we get up to 60. So we did 10 here, and this is 20. So our next one's going to be 30, and the way that we're going to do that is we're going to be increasing in one stitch and then just doing a single double crochet in the next, and we're going to do that all around. So chain 2, yarn over. We're going to go into this very first stitch where we joined. We're going to put 2 double crochets. Okay. In this next space, we're just going to put 1. Okay. We're going to increase in the next space. So our single that we just did, that one's right there. We're going to go into this next one and put 2 to do an increase. 1, 2, and I'm going to just put 1 in the next. 2 in the next. Oh, sorry, my dog army is all around me. And 1 in the next. Two in the next. And 1 in the next. Two in the next. And 1 in the next. Two in the next. And then 1. Increase. And 1. Increase. 1, increase, 1, increase, and 1. All right, so I'm going to stop and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And we do not count this chain space. So we have 30. So I am going to work for this very first big V up here, and that's where I'm going to join. I would say after round 3 would probably be a pretty good time to measure your work to see if it's kind of close to what I've got going on. If it is smaller in diameter than what I have right here, then you probably need to go up a size and hook to maybe a 6mm or a J. If it's measuring too big, then you're gonna need to go down to maybe a J, or I mean an H, which is a size 5. So let's see, after round 3, mine measures at almost exactly 3.5 inches. So if you're close to that, that's fine. But if you're half an inch under or half an inch over, you're probably gonna need to switch hooks. Okay. And I'm gonna chain 2. Okay, so this is a lot like the last row, except now we are going to increase, and then we're gonna do 1 double crochet here, 1 double crochet here, increase, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, increase. So yarn over, we're gonna go into this very first one where we joined, and we're going to increase. So we're gonna put 2 double crochets there in that same space. Okay, now we're going to put 1 in the next, and 1 in the next. Now we're going to increase. One in the next. And 1 in the next. Increase. And 1 in the next. And 1 in the next. And you're just going to continue doing this around. Increase 1 1, increase 1 1 until you get around. And by the end of this, you should have 40. So I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, so I have just finished round 4. And I am going to count to make sure that I have 40. So I'm gonna start with my last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Perfect. Okay, so for an adult hat, I would say that you need to continue. We're going to continue doing this until we have 60 stitches in total. Okay, so I'm going to join right here in this first double crochet. Yarn over, pull through again, and pull it tight. Chain 2. Okay, so this round we are going to put 2 in this first, so we're going to go right here, right next to where we joined, and put 2 double crochets so that we can increase by putting 2 in the same stitch. Now we are going to do 1 in the next, and 1 in the next, and 1 in the next. And then we're going to increase in the next. So we just put 2 in that same stitch. Now 1 double crochet in the next, 1 double crochet in the next, and 1 double crochet in the next. So we're essentially doing, we're increasing, and then we're doing 3 double crochets, and then we'll be increasing again. And you're just going to continue doing this around. So increase. One, 2, 3. And you're going to continue doing this all the way around, and I will meet you back here whenever you're finished with this round. Okay, I just came to the end of round 5. So you should count and make sure that you have 50 stitches now. So we have 10 here, 20, 30, 40, and then there should be 50. So now you're going to join to the top of the double crochet. This is going to be our last round of increasing here. Chain 2. We're going to put 2 double crochets into that first space where we joined to increase. Now we're going to do 4 double crochets in between. So we did an increase there, so now we're going to do 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 1 in the next. Sorry, my cat just jumped up here. She thinks she needs to be in my business. And 1 in the next. So now you're going to increase by putting 2 in the same stitch, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, and 1 in the next. All right, so increase and then do 4 double crochets and then increase and do 4 and keep doing that around, and I'll meet you back at the end of this round for a total of 60 stitches. Okay, I just made it to the end of round 6, and I have 60 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to join really quickly into the top of this double crochet. Now here is where, if you look at that chart that I had posted before, and I'll try to find the link to stick it down below, this is where you're going to figure out the diameter of your hat, because we are through increasing and we're about to start just working down. So for an adult hat, I believe it said that it needed to be, for a small adult it was 6 3/4. And then for like a bigger head, it would be 7 1/4. So mine is a little below 7, so that's perfect for an adult. If you wanted to, it also gives you the measurements for children and toddlers. You could stop at any one of these depending on who you were making it for. If you could get a multiple of 10 close to the numbers that it gives you, and you could just continue making your hat from there. So this is going to be a good size for an adult. So I'm going to stop right there. What we're going to be doing now is just continuing. We're going to just be putting 1 double crochet into each stitch around for the next, we've done 6, for the next 9 or 10 rounds or so. Here in a little while, it'll start looking more like a hat whenever it's folded like this. And you can use that chart again to measure the length of your hat. And I believe an adult hat needs to be about 8 inches long. So I think it's 9 or 10 more rounds that you're gonna need to do. But I'll just show you what it's gonna look like over the first few stitches. And you may have also noticed that you have this kind of seam right here where you're joining and you're chaining to. That's pretty much unavoidable unless you work in a spiral. It's not a very big deal, and most hats that you see crocheted are going to have a seam. So there it is right there, and it'll continue going all the way down. But all right, let's chain 2, and you're just going to put 1 into that space. I'm just going to put 1 into each double crochet around. So at the end of every round, you're going to have 60. And if you don't have 60, you need to go back, try to figure out what's going on until you can get 60 for each round. And you're going to keep doing that for another 10 rounds. So you're going to have 15 or 16 of these rounds. So you can see here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then keep going down until this measures approximately 8 inches. And I will meet you there. So go around, join, chain 2, go around, join, chain 2, and we're just going to keep doing that, and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so I just finished doing, ended up doing 15 rounds all together. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. This brings it to almost the perfect length for me. Let's see, it's just a little short. Move this up so you can see, just a little short of 8 inches, which is perfect. I'm going to do a round of single crochet as a border. And then I'm going to do an invisible finish to finish it off. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I've already joined. You're gonna chain 1 and single crochet into each stitch around until you get back around to the beginning, and I will see you there. Okay, I have just finished single crocheting around this border, and now I'm back to where I chained 1 right here. This is my first single crochet. So I'm going to show y'all how to do an invisible join, so it makes it look a little better when you join here in the back. So I'm going to leave myself a decent amount of a tail. And I did not join. I just came to the end here, and you're not going to join. You're just going to, you did that single crochet, and you're just going to pull your work or your tail through. Now you're going to find that single crochet where you would have joined, and you're going to take your hook coming from the back, go underneath both parts of the V. You're going to take your yarn and pull that through. All right, now you're going to look back at this last single crochet that you worked here, and you're going to go up just through the back part of that V. So I split the V right there, and you're going to pull the yarn through, and now you are just going to pull it shut so it just looks, it blends in really well. It just looks like another V there. And now you're just going to weave in your ends. Now, this is what the inside of your hat is going to look like. I would give this a good tug, not too hard. I've accidentally broken my yarn doing that before, but give it a tug. And I usually tie a little knot. Nobody ever sees it or ever even knows it's there, but just one, just for a little extra peace of mind. And thread your needle. Now even my ends like to follow my stitches and go right through the middle. So that even if you're working with, if you're having to weave in a color, a different color, you can hide it well enough that you won't even know that it's there. So I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna switch directions and go back. And then I'm going to switch directions one more time. Okay. And then this can be cut. Okay, you want to make sure that so you have that about where you want it. I'm going to slide this through here. It looks a little loose. I'm going to tighten it just a little bit. And bring this up through my stitches. And with this, they say the best way to weave in your ends is to go in like the shape of a box. So I went up, now I'm going to go over, several stitches, and then back down. Over again. And then back that same direction I just came from one more time. And then that is never coming out. And flip your hat back the right way. And see, here's that seam where we had all those chain twos. It's not terribly bad. People probably will not notice. So there is your basic double crochet beanie for an adult.